What's happening, all you beautiful, beautiful people? Your boy the Monster is in the building. First game of the PSL. We built a squad. Coming back to you right now into the game. Big game. Champions of South Africa for the last 10 years. That's just the small net that's facing us. And here we go. PSL is underway. Oh, now let's talk about the transfers. None of them have happened. The Suto one, I cancelled the one. All right, so we still have some pending transfers waiting, all of them on work permits. The Suto one I did cancel, but it didn't let me cancel it, so I wanted to cancel it. There we go. Now it's officially cancelled. Paro, we're still waiting on a work permit. We had to appeal it. Milic, the same situation. We're waiting on a work permit. And then we've got another guy coming in on loan, who is Mpo Padime, a winger on the left, just as extra coverage in case Para doesn't come in. Then at least we have someone coming in on loan. That's the idea. I am looking for another centre back just for his coverage and another centre mid as coverage as well. Haven't found anyone like that yet. I don't recall if we signed anyone. We can have a look at the transfer history. No, we haven't signed anyone new, and we haven't sold anyone new. So far, so good. Everything's looking great, looking peachy. In terms of the season preview, we are still ranked right at the bottom. We don't have anyone in the Dream 11, although I do think if we get Milic, I think Milic might start ahead of Johannes here from Chiefs. I think Johannes is not as good of a player. Well, I'm not on Johannes' page. I'm just talking about Johannes' page. There's no Johannes page. Can I click on Johannes? No, apparently not. Okay, well, there's that. Let's go to the badge. I'm not gonna. There he is, actually, Keegan Johannes. There he is. I think he will start ahead of Keegan Johannes. I think he's a much better player than Keegan Johannes. But anyway, with that all being said and done, it is our first game of the season. We're taking on Sundowns at home, which means we finally get to see the Kruger United play their football. Now, according to the game, we play our football at the Vuvuzela Stadium, which is just down the road from our old place in Kanyamanzane Stadium. So that's where Football Manager says we play. According to Google and all the other stats, they play their games at the same stadium that the Bees play their stadium in. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to Vuvuzela though and have a look at that one, because that's where the game says we play our home games. But let's move then to there. I just wanted to show you this is where we are currently at. Like I said, it is a local derby. When I did say we took on the Bees, so that is there. Let's quickly just shoot over to the Vuvuzela. We can see how close it is. All right, this is the Vuvuzela Stadium, where, according to the game, we play our football. And if we just zoom out a little bit, oh, it's right next door. So that's where we are. That's where our old stadium is. That's where we currently play according to real life. No way. If we zoom out, we go find Vuvuzela, which is just there. So this is the N4. And you come in here, and then there's the stadium. It's not that far away. It's literally maybe about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. But this is the stadium. It's a proper football stadium. They played a couple of World Cup games in here as well. We can circle the pitch. We can circle the pitch, guys. That is exciting. I want to do the front, though. Let's do the front first. I think this is the front. It looks like the front. Why would they add that extra road in there? And here we go. This is some police officers there. This is the gate. A nice overcast day, like it matches in the real world. And that is the entrance to the Vuvuzela Stadium. We can see a little bit of the pitch inside. It looks really nice. I don't know why the police are all there patrolling, but they are. Maybe they're doing some training. And yeah, I've got some nice car park on the side there. There's a whole big car park on the outside as well. And more car park around there. It's actually a proper football stadium. We can have a look at the inside of the ground. We can have a lap around. No, we can't. No, we can. Look at that. We can. So that is the stadium. Inside, it's a huge stadium. This is a beautiful stadium. I actually like the zebra pattern on there. They've got the scoreboard up there. It would have been really nice if it was a game day. That would have been really cool. We can move around there. We can see the dugout. I think the dugout's on the other side. Yeah, the dugout's on there. Let's go around the field and look at the dugout. There's some fans in the stadium. I think this is a pre-game. Here we go. This is the dugouts. A nice little section there. Man cutting the grass, getting them nice and short for the game. Beautiful little stadium, isn't it? I like the stadium a lot. So for the essence of this game and this universe, this is where we're playing our home games because that's what FM Manager says. So we are playing all our home games in here. So hopefully we can fill out the stadium. I mean, this was taken back in 2010. So this was just before the World Cup, March 2010. In 3 months' time, I think the stadium would be packed. It's a beautiful stadium. It really, really is. And that's where we're heading. That is our home game at Vuvuzela Stadium. Oh, it's going to be a big one. We're taking on Sundowns. This is the team that is going to start officially. We've got Matovic in goals, Makane, Malaki, Mhogo, Ramashala, Wood, Soletu, Morta, Kokostile, Raze, and Matovic are all starting. Haven't sorted out the bench yet, but I mean, at the moment it's looking pretty decent. We're going to bring in Mapida to play in there. You can come up front, be the extra striker. And then I suppose we don't really have anyone else. Lisa's still injured. You know what? Chabalala come in there as well. Be on the bench. Have that extra option. And Gombeni can come back in. Then I took him out, but he can go back in. We don't have options at the moment for centre mids, but we are looking at sorting out that issue a little bit once we find some players. Let's get to the Sundowns game. Look, I think, honestly speaking, that was a terrible opening game stance for Sundowns there. But I think realistically speaking, I'm not expecting a victory here at all. I'm not expecting a good result, to be honest. I mean, they are league champions for the last 10 years. There's literally very little we can do to stop this onslaught. And I mean, in terms of real life, they've got the money. They are a very, very rich club, and there's no two ways about it. They don't have Rowan Williams in goals, which is interesting. And maybe there's a little bit of glimmer of hope. I mean, they still have some of the greatest players in South African football, the likes of Santos and Reyners and Mendes, still very, very good players. We've got Araz, though. We've got a Panamanian striker who I like. We've got Lesedi Morta running down the wing now, crosses in deep, looking for Matozovic. I mean, we're getting in there. We're getting in there. I like that. I like the feel of our team. We've basically brought in a brand new squad. I mean, from last season, Malaki, Mhogo, and Kokostile are the only three that have kind of remained, with Baliso being another one that's injured, who will probably be a first-team player. Other than that, we have no real first-team players from last season, so it's basically a brand new squad. I think it will take about 4 or 5 games just for them to gel in nicely. We had a very good preseason. I think we only lost in 1 game. Kodisang with a shot. And Kodisang scores a goal. 1 minute, 22 minutes is what we managed to hold on. And Matanovic concedes his first goal in Kruger United colours. Rounded the defence quite nicely then. I mean, that was just a good pass right through Mokane's right-hand side. That's not ideal start. Not an ideal start for us. But I'm going to stick to the 2-striker system. I think it's going to work a little bit better than what we had before, especially in the PSL. I have stuck to an attacking mentality, but I might change it to like a more positive mentality against bigger teams. I'm just trying it out now to see how we do against Sundowns, if attacking will work or won't work. Kodisang is running through the defense again. Kodisang is rampant through the defense, and yeah, that's a second goal for them in 2 minutes. I think he's found his little strides there, and he's doing well. He's doing well. Look at this. I mean, Wood tried to get the tackle in there, couldn't. Mokane decided not to cut in and try and stop him from running through. There was no one on the wing, so he maybe should have done a little bit better in terms of, just being a better defender and stopping Kodisang from running rampant through that. But I might figure out maybe a counter-attack tactic for the top 6. I think that might be a way, and then play our normal football against the bottom half of the table. I mean, we beat Damatux in the preseason. And they're a PSL team. We play them quite quickly as well now. Maliki with the long throw, looking for options, finds Matanovic. What a goal! I think that's the first time we've ever seen a long throw goal, ever. And there you go. That is what you want to see. There's no highlight because there's a kickoff highlight. Sundown's immediately on the front foot. Rainer's coming through, takes the long range, and that's over the top. Oh, I mean, I wanted to see that highlight again, and we didn't get the highlight again. We are going to get it now, though. There we go. We're going to get it. It was just a quick little tap there. Look at this long throw in. Milokovic with the header from there. Somehow, I don't even know how that got in. That is a remarkable header. I love that. That was absolutely brilliant to see. Well, that is our first goal, and we're going to get this kick off again. Yeah, it's literally going to be exactly the same. Rainer's going to go over the top. Okay. That was the highlight again. I mean, I don't know why I showed it again. But that was brilliant. What a goal from Metakovic. Our first goal in Kruger colours. They've got a free kick now, and Rainer's is stepping over it. Got a lot of goal to aim at. He's not going to go for goal. He's going to launch it. I think Mobo gets the clearance. Matanovic finds Reyes. Kokostile moving it forward. He's got Reyes open on the edge of the box. Goes it on alone. Takes the shot. Pulls it wide. Not great. Not great at all. He should have done a little bit better there. Maybe cut it inside to Reyes, who can shoot the ball a lot better. Half time, I must say, I'm actually quite happy. I'm actually quite happy with the team so far. You know what? I'm going to shout at them, though, because we're losing. And maybe that motivates them a little bit to do better. But I'm actually generally a little bit happy with the way we've held on. I mean, 2 goals in 2 minutes doesn't bode well for us, but I mean, we've pulled one back. Blom has the ball now for Sundowns. Bringing it in. Tiwani moves it in. Blom bringing it in here. Back to Tiwani, back to Blom, back to Mendes. Back to Blom, Tiwani, Mendes. They're playing it around nicely. Kodisang has been on amazing form. Santos with a long-range effort. I mean, I can take those all day. Just give me those shots. If we can hold them back to just taking long shots, I'll be quite happy with that. Kokostile running it all the way into the corner and then finds a man eventually in Hobo. Plays it forward. Letu finds Matanovic, dropping a little bit deep. Ramashala moving it forward. He's got some space to maneuver, and he does find that space, and he's got to launch to the box. Reyes with that little header chest thing. I think he came off his shoulder in the end. And that's more like it. That is more proactive from our team, which I like to see. I do enjoy seeing some good possessive, well, not possessive, like good counter-attacking football, because that's how we kind of line up. We never really have much possession in these games. If we can hit Sundowns on a counter-attack or two, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to make some swaps. Kokostile is not playing great at all there. I'm going to bring Matanovic to play on the left-hand side. He is more than capable of doing that. And I'm going to bring on Madiba there, one of our new boys as well. All right, we made that swap. Morta hasn't played great either. Morta can come from Malepe, one of our other new signings. And then, Mukane on a yellow makes me a little bit nervous. I'm going to go with tried and tested Vuvuzela come in there on that right-hand side. Just extra little oomph on that right-hand side of Malepe and Vuvuzela. Tekovic on the left-hand side. I'm interested to see how that plays out. We'll keep an eye on there. I've played him once or twice as a left winger on pre-season. Didn't really show me too much, but at this point, I think he's playing. José has been absolutely poor, so this is the obvious choice to go in there. Madiba goes into Aruaz. We've equalized. Raimundo Aruaz, our Panamanian, scores on his debut. And a beautiful little assist there from Madiba as well. It was a nice little play there. Wood across to Madiba and just touched it in. I thought it might have been a bit too much, but Aruaz made it happen. We've equalized against Sundowns. We've equalized against the current champions. The team that got, well, it's champion versus champion technically, because we won the Motsepe Foundation League. They won the PSL. We are looking absolutely fire at the moment. I love it. I'm going to make another swap. Letu is looking super tired out there. We're going to bring in Corsi to come in there. I've got 5 subs that I can do. Matanovic is looking super tired, but I don't have anyone else who can play on the left. Literally have no one else who can play on the left. So we'll just keep that. Just keep the one sub in our pocket in case we need it. And this is a beautiful little turnaround in the second half for us. And Corsi within the corner for Sundowns. I mean, if we can steal a draw here, that'll be absolutely fantastic. We've got to defend the second ball from the corner. Mendes with a long shot. And it goes over the top there. The crowd do not react at all to that strike. They were just sitting there in silence, hands on their laps. Rainers with the free kick for Sundowns. 4 minutes left to go of normal time. With a bit of extra for stoppages, I think. Back post, Matanovic gets a good solid fist to that. That was what we love to see. I think in the past we would have probably conceded that. Look how it was whoa. I mean, okay. I mean, I know I said I'll take long shots all day there, but I didn't mean a long shot from him. But like, man, that was a strike and a half. I can't. I'll put my hands up and say I can't defend that. That was just cinema, pure cinema. That's what that was. As much as I hate that we've now conceded a third goal in this game, I mean, it is 3-2. I can't be mad at that. I really, really can't be mad. There's a kickoff highlight. Nkosi in Metanovic looking for, beautifully done from Metanovic, and then he gets this possessed by Kwali, and Rainers bringing forward for them with Adams coming into the play. Rainers has a lot of pace on that wing. A lot of pace on that wing, actually, and he's managed to get all the way to the byline, skipped inside, trickled the pass, bobbled around. We've cleared our lines. We've kept it in Malepe. He's got some pace too. Not as much as Rainers, though. Wood. Back to Malepe. I think that will be it. Oh, that was a bit nerve-wracking on that right-hand side. 4 minutes of stoppages. I think that's probably going to be it. Unless we get some late-minute drama. We're not going to get late-minute drama. It is a loss to Sundowns, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm quite happy with the squad. I don't think we did too bad. We gave it our best, and the fact that we managed to equalize and make it 2-2 is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that they did a wonder strike to actually get their third and winner, I'm pretty happy with all of that. I really, really am. Right, so with that being said, we're going to play a couple of games off camera. I'm going to do the Siwelele FC off camera, and we're coming back for Kaizer Chiefs in 2 weeks' time. Another big match. In fact, we're literally taking on the top three, or top four, because Kaizer Chiefs came fourth. Top three, or top four in 3 games, so that's fun. And then we also have a nice little fixture with the Pirates, who came in second, and Shekekune United, who came in fifth. So really, our schedule has not been kind to us. But let's see what happens. We're taking on Kaizer Chiefs next and do this game off camera. Right, we are finally back for the Kaizer Chiefs game. We beat the team that came third last season. Siwelele FC 2-1. Matovic picking up 2 fantastic goals in that one to steal them off after they went up early. Chiefs is a different story though, because Chiefs, I mean, it's Chiefs, let's be honest. They are currently sitting in 5th place, 1-1 draw. And I mean, yeah, this is not looking ideal for us to start off the season, but I mean, it's the way we draw on the cards. We have 3 points on the board, which is absolutely fantastic to see. The team that is starting, this is the team that is going to start. We've picked up a lot of injuries and stuff like that. Milic. Actually, wait, before we talk about that, let's talk about Milic and our new transfers coming in. That's not the right page. I want transfer history. Transfer history. There we go. We can talk about them. We've got 4 new players in the team, or 5 new players actually, because Padime has come in on loan. We've secured him as the signing. We've also secured Para as the signing. He's in the squad. And then we've also secured Milic, the one that we were waiting for. Those are the 4 that we were waiting for. The board were not happy that we spent 15 million on him, but immediately he's gone up to 42 million in evaluation. He's played a couple of reserves games because he came in injured. And then 2 players you guys don't know about, Xavier Jodumas. We tried to sign him for the Bees back in the day, but he went to Kaizer Chiefs. We're loaning him in on this one. So he's eligible to start in this game. I was going to consider starting him. And then we also got Siabonga and Nkosi, who's come in on a free transfer as just backup in that sentiment. He's out for 7 weeks. With that being said, we've got the team ready. I haven't added Para instead of Adime. He played against the Siwelele. We'll just make that little swap. Everybody else who is fit can play. Mungonzulu is still injured. We picked up so many injuries. I don't even know what's going on here. But yeah, as it stands, this is the team that is starting. It's Matovic in goals, Makane, Malaki, Hobo, Rashamala, Wood, Soletu, Mota, Para, Matovic, and Raz. There we go. Hobo is the one that's going to be taken out to put in Milic. I'm actually going to put on the bench. Just in case just in case he's Mokwena some more. But yeah, that's the team that's starting. Let's get to the game. And kickoff is underway in our third game of PSL football. 1 win, 1 loss. Lost to Sundown's beat against Siwelele. Hopefully we can follow that with a huge win over Chiefs, because that would be absolutely amazing for us. Chiefs, I suppose, not as good as they once were back in like the 90s and the 2000s. They were really considered one of the best teams in the country. Right now, though, they are showing why they are one of the best teams in the country. And Matumba, 1 minute 15 seconds is all he took to break the deadlock. Over the top ball, very direct. Our keeper didn't come out there. I didn't want him to come out because we've had very bad luck. And I mean, it wasn't one of those spots where you can't really come out. He tried to close the angle. Beaten, and he's far post there, unfortunately for us. But, I'll be honest, out of these first 6 games or 7 games with Shekekune United, I'm hoping for about 6 points. I think that would be ideal. If I can get 6 points out of those games, that's the goal, I think, in those 7 games, because they are very, very difficult games. And I mean, we are a new team in the division. Although at the moment we're not playing like we are a new team in the division, because we are absolutely, well, I'll take that back. We're playing like a new team in the division right now. There was a terrible pass there from Ramashala. Try and find Hora. Goes by the name of Moy. We'll use Moy then. So I prefer Para. Moy Para. Sounds so much nicer, doesn't it? All right, Chiefs now moving it forward. I'm talking nonsense here. Their goal scorer has the opportunity to try and bring it in. They bring it into the back post. I didn't catch his name, but that was wide. It was just wide there. And the highlights continuing. From goal kick to goal kick. Let's see. He's going to chip it across to Ramashala. He's going to pick up Moy Para as he brings him forward. We've given the ball away again in the midfield. Amato goes across, and this is Velibayi going over the top to Shabalala on that side. On a cut inside, brings it in. Velibayi trying to turn and shoot, can't. Goes back to Johannes Chinga, and that's a good save in the end. It took a little bit of a wicked deflection. I'll take that though. The highlight, it's going to finally end. Okay. We can regroup now. We can regroup, bring the ball forward. And that's the plan. Miguel for Chiefs. Johannes. Ighadoro. That's the man that I almost scored that header. Babalala for him on that wing. Beats his man. Got a second man to beat, and he does make the crossing eventually. Mbutuma puts the second in after it took a deflection of Ngobo. Not ideal start. So it's great. We're not playing at home again. We need to do a little bit better. Maybe that attacking mentality is going to be the problem. I mean, it didn't really touch on the ball. Like, can they just give the assist to Shabalala? Like, I feel bad for Shabalala, that one. That was his pass. It was a good pass. There's a kickoff highlight. Wood. In mobile. And try and bring it forward as much as he can. Ramashala. Over the top, looking for Matovic. Has options, takes a shot. And our Panamanian shoots it wide. In fact, it took a deflection off the defender. I mean, when we do move the ball forward, we do look a little bit threatening, but then midfield is losing possession yet again. Third time now we've lost possession in the midfield. Launching it forward, our players just running next to the ball instead of attacking the ball, which I mean is not ideal. Finger across to Velibayi. Another splitting pass, and that's a penalty. I mean, the referee is standing all the way by the halfway line, and he's agreed that's a penalty there. Like, how can you even see that from that distance? Like, referee, make an effort, make an effort to get into the box and have a proper look. Like, I mean, that is just shocking. No VAR, obviously, in South Africa, but I mean, that is just poor refereeing, calling it from the halfway line. It's 3-0. Oh, I'm going to switch your positive mentality. I feel like we're getting forward too much there on this one, and they're exposing us a little bit at the back. Mokane hasn't had the best of times since starting on that right back side. He's struggling a little bit with the pace of the game. And I brought him in to be a first-team player, and I mean, he's not going to be performing. We're going to go back and try and test with Vuvuzela. Ramashala bringing it forward. Ramashala looking for options, goes to the back post looking for Mortar. He has picked up a goal. Mokane looks for options. Matasovic with the head, not Matasovic, Matakovic. I mean, he has scored a couple already this season. There was a little bit of an injury doubt for him, but he managed to recover. He had a thigh strain about 2 days before the match, and he said he was out for 3 days. He came back fully fit, so that's a positive. I have tried to ask the board for more physios and coaches. They've declined that offer. Also for a new coaching badge, they've declined that offer too. Apparently we're in financial peril. Whereas, I mean, they could just use some of the transfer money that I have left over for, that stuff. Wood. Matakovic. Wood. That was close. That was close. He's still struggling a little bit. Can go with the corner. Goes to Ramashola. Tries to get the hand on there. Can go again. Johannes backs in. Miguel with the shot gets blocked away. Letu. Ramashala recycling the ball now a little. Poro with a little back heel to Ramashala. Fancy footwork in the PSL. That's what you love to see a little bit, Even though we're 3-0 down, we're still having a little bit of fun on the ball. And that's important as well. That's very, very important in these games. This is our first time in the PSL. So, I mean, a 3-0 loss to Chiefs is never a great thing. But, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it could be worse, It could be worse. We managed a win against Siwelele, which I didn't expect was going to happen. We took Sundowns to the limit, basically, with a 3-2 back, and now we are against Chiefs. We're not going down without a fight. Ramashala going to try and bring back. If we can pull one back now early, then it could be positive movements for us. Wood. Letu has been a little bit of a disappointment. He is learning a new position though. Raz goes for the little chipper, hits the bar. He's coming close for his first PSL goal, Aruza. No, he did score. Did he score against the Sundowns? Was it Matakovic scored 2 and I think Mortar scored the other one? No, it was Mortar and Matakovic who scored those 2. I'll go check if he has scored a goal already this season. He has scored a goal. Okay, so it was him and Matakovic that scored 2 goals. I think it was Mortar. I think Mortar's. My memory is not great. Mokane goes down the line to Arias. He's got options ahead of him. He finds Mortar and he's one of them. Wood moving it forward. Letu goes over the top. Mokane back to Wood. Brings it into the box. Letu. I was saying he hasn't been playing very, very well, but he's managed to pick up a goal for his efforts there. Mabanu Soletu, who's probably on the chopping block when it comes to the new guys that have come in there. Wood with a beautiful little pass there to Soletu. A super finish in the end. Fantastic. There's some noise going on outside. If you hear it, I apologize. Matasovic, our goalkeeper. We've got Matakovic and Matasovic. Those are the 2 Croat goalkeepers. Ramashala looks for Para. Over the top. Beautiful ball in there for Matakovic. Brings it down nicely. Takes the shot. We're in 3-2. And suddenly, the boys have kicked it into overdrive. There we go. We're back in this game. Look at that pass from Paro to Matakovic. And a little simple snap in. Vuma couldn't make that save, and that's Suddenly, this is a game of two halves. Really Jekyll and Hyde performance, isn't it, from us? We're coming back hard. Looking at the subs bench, we need to make some swaps. Guys are looking a little bit tired out there. Martin playing great. Malepe come in there. Tukovic and Para are both very tight, but I don't want to take them off. They're both playing very well. Perez hasn't played well, so we'll take him off. We'll bring on Madiba. Madiba's a nice little player. We can play him on both sides, which is really, really good. Mokana is also not playing good. We're going to make the three swaps. We're going to bring on Mokwena, our youngster, to come in there. The right back is currently injured, so there's that. Just to give him a run, I think Mokwena is actually a very good player, and I think he just needs some game time to develop into a great player. Cape Town Spurs, by the way, Cape Town City, by the way, are 4-0 up against Richards Bay, and they are looking like the team to beat this season. Chinga takes a shot, an easy save from Matasovic. And the highlight's going to continue for a bit. Nike, bringing it forward. No, I'm not going to bring it forward. 15 minutes left to play. Kaiser Chiefs has a free kick on the edge of the box. Bring it forward, a header from Johannes. Spoke about Johannes at the start of the video, saying that I don't think he should be in the team 11. Apparently, this is why he's in the Dream 11. We had a glimmer of hope. We had a glimmer of hope in this one. I mean, Moldo with trying to defend Johannes there. I mean, it was good. He's a good player. He's just young and he needs to develop a little bit more. But I'm going to make one more swap in a bit. Alepe with the corner, looking up. On to Para, takes the shot. Malaki is going to have a second chance to bring it back into the box. Finds Madiba, who takes the long-range effort. And they've cleared their lines. Let's make that swap quickly. Malaki on a yellow card makes me a little bit nervous. So we'll bring in Milic, get his debut. And then elsewhere, Para is now officially, he's done. He is done. We're going to bring on Padime. His YouTube debut. He did play against Siwelele FC, and I think he got an assist in that game as well. Mbatua. I can't even say his name now. That was a good counter-attack from them and a great save from our keeper. I mean, on the grand scheme of things, the keeper has conceded 8 goals in 3 games, so that's not ideal, is it? Malepe bringing forward. Finds his man through to the back post, but Dime was looking, couldn't find it. There's it all the way across to Villabayi. I realized I didn't have my microphone on me, so he played it all the way across to Villabayi. He's bringing it forward for Chiefs, and that's a good save. It's a good save. We have some work to do, guys. We definitely have some work to do. Just bring that noise outside, background noise off a little bit. All right, that is it. We did lose to Chiefs 4-2, but you know what? I'm happy with the squad. I am very happy with the squad. I'm going to tell them I'm not. Actually, I'm proud of the efforts. I am proud of the efforts because, I mean, going 4-2 against Chiefs is not a bad result at all. Not at all in the slightest. Right, in terms of when we're coming back, we've got a lot of football to get through this season. You know what? I'm going to play a little bit off camera. I think December, Marimo Galans, Cape Town City, TS Galaxy is looking good. Amazulu, Stellenbosch. Nice chance to see some different teams. Might have a Carling Cup, Knockout Cup round in there as well. Who knows what happens? It depends if we get past Richards Bay in the Carling Cup. Yeah, there's 4. I think there's like 3 trophies we could potentially be in this season. I don't know where to check. They used to be there when you click on the club. It used to give all the various competitions. There we go. Nedbank Club, PSL, and Carling Cup. Those are the 3 that we're looking at getting into the Biskies Young Challenge. So those are the 3 that we're looking at doing well in. I definitely want to have a good Carling Cup and Nedbank Cup run because it does help with the finances. But we'll see you guys in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the squad. Are you happy with the way we started the season as much as I am? Let me know. Your boy the Hustler is out of here. Peace in Greece.